So one of the clients I have that I provide therapy to recently told me that she has been struggling with accepting her pregnancy and accepting her body that is going through this current pregnancy. And, that really comes from the fact that one, the pregnancy was unplanned, and two, her and her partner are no longer together or going through a rough patch of some sort and not sure if they're going to continue to be together. And, those two things combined left her really feeling like she really didn't want this pregnancy or feeling not prepared for this pregnancy. And she was really embarrassed to say out loud that, she's having a hard time accepting this pregnancy and accepting her body. And I had to do some work with her to kind of help her understand that some of those, matter of fact, all of those feelings that she's having are pretty normal. I mean, you just got to take pregnancy out the picture, but just think about you being in a situation, something happening to you that's causing like a drastic change to your body and to your mood that you didn't 100% want or didn't really plan for or didn't really intentionally make happen. That's a lot, right? Like there's that lack of control there. Feeling like you're kind of being just, things happening to you without you doing it. There's just like a sense of loss too that comes along with that. Like you are no longer, just you. You are now developing a baby. You are now pregnant. You're now in a whole separate, a different category. This is technically a medical condition as well. So like it's not just, just you anymore. So there's just so many thoughts and feelings that can come along with an unplanned pregnancy. And sometimes there's work that has to be done to get you to a point where you can actually accept the pregnancy if this is something you're going to go through with. Just deciding to keep the pregnancy isn't enough sometimes. That's not all that's needed for some people, and that's okay. So together, me and her work to come up with a plan of things she can do to help her accept the pregnancy more, accept the changes that are happening to her body, and regain some control, because that's ultimately what it was feeling like for her. It's like she had no control. And, just feeling like you have no control of yourself is really, really scary. So together we came up with a few things. So one was for her to say like daily affirmations or positive thoughts about herself and about her body. I'm very big on using your senses when you're doing things like this to kind of make it a full-on experience. So touch is one of the major things that I always recommend. So I recommended that she, touched her body every day, caressed her body, and sent her body love. Sent her body love with her hands, with her gentle touch, and sent her body love with her thoughts. Thinking positively about each body part, thinking positively about the pregnancy, just being gentle, putting lotion on her body, putting glitter on her body, oils, using nice body scrubs, exfoliating, taking baths, just things like that incorporate the senses of like smell and touch, sight. All of that can really create like a great positive experience if you wanted to. So that was number one. Number two, she came up with this. She wanted to write love notes to her unborn child, which I think is an amazing idea. So every day, or every other day or so, she has this book that she's writing in, and it's love notes to her child. So it's pretty much just her saying, what she's thinking about her child, what kind of mother she wants to be, what kind of relationship she wants them to have, things she wants to do with her child. Putting this, again, positivity out there, positive thoughts, goals she has for her child and her, and creating this love journal for her unborn child. The third thing was to come up with a personal goal, something that she planned on working on anyway, or she was working towards doing, then this pregnancy happened and she was feeling like she couldn't do anymore. A lot of times when women get pregnant, the world either tells you that you can't do anything anymore. Now all you can do is focus on being a mother. And again, when we're dealing with somebody that's already feeling a sense of loss, and a sense of no control, that can push somebody into a deep depression. So again, me wanting to encourage her to take back some form of control and to feel like she has a say in what's going on, I wanted to encourage her to go after one of her goals, right? So for her, that was opening up a business. Um, she was kind of feeling like she needed to put that on hold. And I, helped her think through the process or think through it and realize that she really doesn't have to put that on hold. So that's the third thing that we came up with is taking steps towards opening up that business. That's something, it gives her something to do. It's something that she's interested in. It's something she's always wanted to make happen, that she planned on making happen, that she was afraid that she couldn't do anymore. It's going to help increase her confidence. Again, that sense of control is major. So I thought this was a really, really great thing for her to incorporate, something for her to work on right now so that she still feels like she's her and she's working on things that she wants to do. So if you are in the same situation where you're pregnant and it was an unplanned pregnancy, you're having a hard time 100% accepting the pregnancy, don't feel embarrassed, don't feel ashamed. Just do some work to make it better, to make it a better situation for you and for your child. And the 3 tips that I gave in here, I think are tips that you can try to incorporate on your own. And if you're struggling, again, therapy is always available to kind of help you through the process of really accepting the pregnancy and working through your emotions and thoughts that you may be having around it. Blossom and Grow Wellness Center is my private practice, and I am accepting clients online to provide therapy to them virtually. And then I also have a new mom survival ebook that is available that you can click the link in my bio to get, and that also has some great tips for people who are pregnant and for after they give birth as well. So thanks for watching.